Hello, in this video we're going to go through this word problem from the Systems of Equations unit. So let's dive in, shall we? All 120 seats in a hall were filled for a concert. The tickets cost $10 for adults and $6 for students. The total proceeds were $980. How many adults attended the concert? How many students? So this is a word problem, and when we do word problems, there is one approach you can use. You can use the five-step approach. Now, often we do this without realizing it, but step one is declare variables. Step two is state equations, and for us, we're working with a system of equations, and we're usually working with two unknowns, so we'll need two equations. The next thing to do is solve the equations, solve for unknowns. The fourth step is to check that work. And you know, we say the fourth step is a check, but we should always be checking our work as we go. And the fifth step is a statement. Anytime you have a word problem, we want to make some sort of concluding statement. So let's do this. The tickets cost $10 for adults and $6 for students. Total proceeds was $980. How many adults attended the concert? How many students? So we're going to let A represent adult tickets, number of adult tickets, we're going to let C represent, or let's make it S. S represent number of student tickets. Okay, so therefore our equation is going to be, well, if we sold 120 seats in total, so A plus S equals 120, and if we sold the adult tickets at $10, so 10 times the number of adult tickets plus 6 times the number of student tickets, that's going to equal to $980 in total. So now I have a system of equations here, and again I could use substitution or elimination, but since I can isolate for either variable in the first equation easily, I'm going to use substitution. So we're going to say A is equal to 120 minus S, and let's call that star. So we're going to sub star into 2. So therefore I get 10 times 120 minus S plus 6S equals 980. Remember, when you substitute, use brackets to make sure you get all your mathematics correct. So now I'm going to expand the brackets, or I'm going to distribute the 10 across the terms. So I get 1,200 minus 10s plus 6s equals 980. So now I'm going to group like terms. So 1,200 minus 4s is equal to 980. So therefore negative 4s is equal to 980 minus 1,200. So that's going to give me minus 220, I believe. Now I feel good about this because I have to have a positive number of student seats, and I see that I have a negative 4 and a negative 220, so the result is going to be a positive. I also feel good about this because of the fact that 220 is divisible by 4, so I get an integer value, which makes sense in this problem. So we're going to have, divide them both sides by 4, so we're going to get 5, and that's going to be another 28, so 55. So therefore, we need, or we don't need, sorry, we sell 55 student seats and we can calculate this. So therefore, if A is equal to 120 minus S, that's going to give me 120 minus 55, So 120 minus 55 is going to give me 65. Therefore, 65 adult seats. So now the last step was to do our check. So to do our check, we're going to do a left side, right side check. We only have to check in one equation. So we're going to say 10 times the adult seats, which is 65, plus 6 times the student seats, which is 55. That should equal to 980. So we're going to get 650, and then 6 times 55 is going to give me 330. Oh, I left a 0 off there. It's 980. So therefore, 980 is equal to 980, and I am done. Check. So we see here, this is step 1, declaring variables. This is step 2, stating equations. This is step 3, solving for unknowns. This is step 4, there's my check. And we see here, here's step 5 with a concluding statement. Now often what students do when they write concluding statements is to go after the check and say, therefore, S is equal to 55 and A is equal to 65. I hope that helped.